Maybe YouTube is purging people who are inactive subscribers. And once a year, usually YouTube does this and you see a little decline and then numbers go back up. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing paid membership cancellations on the website. So now I understand what is going on. It's terrifying, but it is happening.
Hey everyone. Today we're diving into the recent news about David Pakman's big subscriber drop on YouTube and what it might mean for left-wing media. Pakman lost both subscribers and paid memberships, sparking speculation about why viewers are tuning out. Some believe this is because the left's narrative doesn't align with the issues most Americans care about, especially with economic and social concerns on the rise. We'll discuss how conservative media builds resilience when challenged, while some progressive channels might be struggling to keep up. Let's explore what's really driving these shifts in media and public sentiment.
It's 7 minutes long. I don't know if I'll play the whole thing. I've not heard what he has to say, but we're going to play a little bit because I'd like to get an unfiltered view of what leftists, liberals think is currently happening after Trump's victory.
I'm going to tell you something that is terrifying me.
It's that mustache.
I always try to come here and put a positive face on everything, but there is something going on that is terrifying me. When I woke up this morning, we had lost 5,000 YouTube subscribers compared to where we were last night. Now, the first thing I thought was, is this a glitch? We've been on YouTube for 15 years or something like that, and subscribers always just go up. They just never go down. They go up. Is something wrong with my channel? Is someone attacking my channel?
Well, something is wrong with your channel. Yeah. It's the misinformation.
I think it's the content.
Going on. So I started texting. And I texted Brian Tyler Cohen. And I texted Tyler Cohen and Brian Cohen and Brian Tyler, all of them. I texted all of them. I texted Jesse Dollemore. I texted Luke Beasley and Farron Cousins and Sam Cedar. And every single one of our channels since last night is hemorrhaging subscribers.
Wow.
What is it
Saying screw it, I'm out. Bro, why would you admit that?
Look at this
for 2 seconds?
Look at this tiny little
I just want to mention that, and keep that chart up because it'll help me make my point. This is the scumbag who, after Christian children were murdered by a trans shooter, was joking about it on Twitter, saying, oh, I guess their prayers didn't work. That was the attitude he had about little Christian kids getting killed. Yeah. And then he loses 5,000 subscribers, and look how somber he is. Oh, this is horrible. I try to put a positive spin on things, but this is just too much for my little heart to bear.
It's fake. I don't think the left is real. I sincerely believe this, and I'll tell you why. When Elon Musk announced that he was going to purchase Twitter, what did we see? Overnight, somehow, channels that were associated with the right saw massive gains in follower count, and on the left started bleeding subscribers like crazy. There was no legitimate explanation for the massive shift other than they had their thumb on the scales, and once they found out they were facing an internal review or an external review, they took the thumb off.
Yeah.
Same thing happened again when Elon formally took over. Once again, prominent personalities like these people are losing tons of followers. My theory was that social media companies know I forgot what it's called. It's an internet law that any sufficiently unmoderated forum will become right wing. I don't know if it's 4chan's law or something like this. And so I believe that what happens is these big social media companies are like, hey, look at X. It shifts to the right. Look at YouTube. We have to go in there and force it to be middle of the road.
Yeah.
Which basically means we're going to ban conservatives and prop up liberals.
Yep.
So Dave, what is David Pakman actually seeing? I believe it's probably fake accounts. Now that the election is over, the fake accounts that were being used to prop up his channels to make it look like there was support for the left are no longer being funded properly, and they're shutting down. I don't know that that's true. I'm just saying it like this. During the election, the left wants to make liberalism and leftism and these politicians look prominent, and they use bots to prop accounts up. Once the money is gone, because they're massively in debt and they've lost, poof, the followers are gone.
I noticed that in the height of the Republican primary even, and then I especially saw it up through the general, just on X even. I'd see all, you get flooded with all these really nasty comments, and there's always some nasty comments, but it really spikes. And then I'll tell you, after election night, my nasty comments on X. And by the way, I have been kind of mean on X. I've actually increased the vitriol. Yeah. But the nasty comments from the left, supposedly, more or less disappeared. Probably dropped 80%.
I have said some of the most horrible things imaginable on X.
I've mostly just retweeted predictions that I bookmarked. All right, from left-wing people.
Right.
Let's hear from
All right, let's pause here. This part is interesting because they're suggesting that left-leaning channels might have artificially inflated numbers or even bot followers, which drop off after elections or big events. They argue that conservative channels, in contrast, tend to build more loyal, resilient audiences who stick around regardless of political cycles. Is that true? Or are these just typical fluctuations in audience engagement? And more importantly, what does it say about how both sides build and keep their audiences? I think this raises a valid question about what makes followers stay loyal or leave when the political climate shifts. Let's keep watching and dig deeper into whether these patterns hold up. Let's get back to David.
After the
As you can see, subscribers just go up, 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 and they are down. It is not just YouTube subscribers. We are seeing record cancellations of paid memberships.
Wow.
Record cancellations.
Dave, you should
These
pray
are the
about it. You
people
should
that
try
keep
praying.
the show running. Now, for a moment, I thought, if it's just YouTube, maybe YouTube is purging people who are inactive subscribers. And once a year, usually YouTube does this, and you see a little decline, and then numbers go back up. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing paid membership cancellations on the website. So now I understand what is going on. It's terrifying, but it is happening. A lot of people are checking out.
No, I still think it's bots. I think that his memberships may have been largely fake. And I'm not trying to be a dick and dig at David Pakman. I genuinely think that bots go after everybody. I believe that everybody has a degree of bots attacking their accounts for some reason or another.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think there's a large amount. Paid memberships is interesting. That's less likely to be fake. So I do think there's probably a lot of people checking out. I believe that component is that David has been misinforming people, and they realized it last night when they said, how am I in the minority? I thought we were going to have the popular vote, at least, even if Trump won. They realized I'm on the wrong side of history, and these people are genuinely terrified of being on the wrong side of history. That's why the activists chant on the streets to police officers and small businesses, you're on the wrong side of history. So what do you think a liberal who's scared of that is thinking when they wake up and said, David Pakman is the wrong side of history and he led me astray?
I think that that it's just a matter of people are kind of realizing that men can't become women. And the left has been leading people astray. The left doesn't have policies that people like.
But you know what really hit him too? I mean, I agree with that, and I think that was so glaring to a lot of people. But even beyond that, Trump won the popular vote, which doesn't matter legally, but it matters because it took away the one big talking point that they had. Well, this is the real democracy was no, actually most people voted for Trump. And then the fact that black men disproportionately voted for Trump and Hispanics disproportionately voted for Trump and even women started moving. Because of that, what are they supposed to conclude? There's no good oppressor narrative anymore on any front. So I think in as much as they are capable of introspection, I think they had to come to the conclusion, yikes, maybe I've been looking at this a little bit wrong.
I am interested to hear what he has to say further.
I heard anecdotally from a couple dozen people who said, David, I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I'm checking out. I'm out. And the reason that this is terrifying, not only because it puts everybody in left-wing media's livelihoods at stake and at risk, it terrifies me because our instinct is the opposite of what the right does, and we will get crushed if this is the way we respond to a defeat.
Hear, hear.
The right wants us not
Hallelujah.
to exist. The right wants to decimate independent progressive media.
No, they don't.
And so when I lose
really think about
5,000
Support free speech.
and Brian
Can I
loses
just point
1,000,
out, this guy's got 2.64 million followers and he lost 5,000 and he's having a breakdown over it.
Yeah.
I have told you guys this. You watch the show. What did I say? Whenever you see a YouTuber make a video where they're like, oh, woe is me, I'm so miserable, you can usually look at their numbers and see like they lost subscribers or viewers or something like that.
I
David,
agree.
I got a cup you can cry into here.
Should we send it over?
And bring a
I think it's
fire
embarrassing,
losing
dude. It's
thousands,
embarrassing
and
when
everybody's
right-wingers
losing
do it,
thousands
too.
of subscribers. Understand that when the right loses, they get organized, they fund, and they create insanely effective organizations like Turning Point USA.
Here we go.
Investing in the Daily Wire and building out this huge network of right-wing ideas and influencers.
This guy's making a lot of sense.
If you're feeling burnt
Maybe
out,
I'll subscribe.
I encourage you, take a break until the inauguration. It's months, okay? Mental health break, do it. But when we start canceling the subscriptions,
But don't take my money away.
an algorithmic desubscription spiral right now, because when people start unsubscribing on YouTube, YouTube thinks, oh, we probably shouldn't recommend this content because
That's correct.
it's
You should
generating a
probably
lot of
not.
unsubscribes.
Hear,
Right.
So then the content doesn't get recommended.
Yeah.
And then the message doesn't get out. And then next election, they win by even more.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
So
There's one thing he
I
said
do
that's not true.
Understand
A lot.
the
I see.
instinct, but if we cede ground to them, they crush us everywhere. Now, we're up against a MAGA Supreme Court potentially till 2050. We'll talk about that later. We're up against a completely uninhibited Trump.
Let's
I
go.
actually have an entire chapter in my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine.
All right, so as we wrap this up, let's take a step back. They've made some strong claims here about why David Pakman and other progressive creators might be losing followers. Everything from content disconnects to potential bot-driven support. But is it really a sign of changing public opinion or just a temporary dip in engagement? At the end of the day, these shifts could mean that audiences are looking for more genuine, grounded content. But that's up for debate. So what do you think? Do you believe these trends say something bigger about media today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more commentary videos. Thanks for watching.